Hey everybody, another Erev Shabbos is upon us. This week's Parsha is Vayechi. It starts off that Jacob, our patriarch Jacob, lived for 147 years and on his deathbed, and he makes his son Yosef, who is known as the viceroy of Egypt. He's second highest person in the land of Egypt, and second only to the Paro. And he makes him swear to him not to bury him in Egypt when he dies, and to take him out of Egypt, to take him up to Eretz Canaan, and bury him in the Marat Machpelah, to be buried with his parents, his grandparents, and his wife Leah. So, since the Jewish people, were very cautious about taking on vows. That's what, very often you'll hear people say, "Beli neder," without a vow. Because we're very cautious about, taking on a vow, that, chas v'chalila, you won't be able to fulfill it, and that's a big problem. So, but Jacob in this case makes Yosef make a vow to do this, to take him out and bury him where he wants to be buried, where he needs to be buried. Why? Why is Jacob making Yosef do this? Uh, One reason I heard was that because of Paro. Apparently, making a vow was very serious to the Egyptians also, right? So, inevitably, when the brothers were going to be leaving Egypt with Jacob's body, Paro would say, "No, don't go, bury him here." Then Joseph could say that, we can't. We promised him that we take him and bury him, in a very specific place in Eretz Canaan that's been designated. And because we made a vow, we made a promise, we have to follow up on that. And Paro and the Egyptians would understand and allow them to do that. Secondly, was for Joseph's own sake. So, as we know, Jacob had several wives, two main wives. The sisters Leah was the elder, and Rachel was the younger. And when comes time, for Yosef to take him and bury him in Marat Machpelah with his wife Leah, Yosef might be feeling guilt about burying Jacob with Leah and not, his own mother, Rachel. So this alleviates Yosef's guilt by, this is Yaakov's wishes, made a vow, made a promise that he will be buried, in Marta Machpelah, and it'll alleviate any guilt that will be felt by Yosef in burying his father, not with his mother, who everybody knows was the more favored of the wives. But it was destined that Jacob was to be buried with his wife Leah in Marat Machpelah. So, something very interesting is very often we go through lives and we think, how are we going to get what we need in order to further our own desires, our plans? And Jacob shows us, sometimes it's more, we have to do things for the greater good and what's meant to be in the world, in the world around us, and how can we arrange things that it would be easier for other people, our loved ones, to make things happen that are meant to be, where they won't be feeling the guilt, where they won't be feeling the pain, how we can lessen their tircha, lessen their hardship. And that's how Jacob showed us that we have to go through this world. Is how can we go through life and make it easier for other people? Have a good Shabbos. Chazak, chazak, ונתחזק. Go. It's the last parsha of the book of Vayechi. We've learned a lot of lessons so far. Hopefully, we'll merit to learn more as we start the new book next week. Good Shabbos. See you on the flip side.